This is a general reading for Scorpio for January 19th through the 26th. So if Scorpio is your sun or moon rising or Venus, this is a general reading for you, so take what resonates and leave the rest. For the month of January, which will be the last month that I offer this, I'm offering a complimentary 30-minute reading, selecting one person who either subscribes to the month of January or puts a comment in the month of January. And one person will be randomly selected. It costs absolutely nothing to subscribe to the channel. It helps to support the channel, so please consider subscribing. And if you like the video, thumbs up. That helps the logarithms with the channel, as well as the comments and the subscriptions. For November and December, I selected 22 people randomly, every 10 on the list. And posted it on the community page that have received a 30-minute complimentary reading for either a comment or subscription in November or December. I still have many people who have not reached out to claim their reading with me. I will honor that until the end of January, so please check that list to see if possibly you are one of the folks who has a free reading. I also am offering readings, and the information is down below. Just give me an email, and that starts the process. I'm sorry that I have been late in posting. I've had a lot of things to do and getting ready for the move, including appointments to sign the papers. I have the dogs, the animals to get ready for the move. One of the cats, the feral cats, was spayed last week. The other one is being spayed on Wednesday, so I had to take them to the vet and catch them first. Nina will be going back in the cabin on the plane. Milo will be going in the cabin on the plane, but you know, he had to go to the vet. He's on his heart pills. Hope, his health continues to decline. He has dementia really bad and gets, you know, he doesn't know where he's walking, and you know, you can hear him rattling in the kitchen. He's walking into walls. So I've talked to 2 vets at 2 different offices, and I probably will have him euthanized because he wouldn't adjust to anybody else, because he doesn't even adjust here, and the trip would be too long for him. And he's also, you know, he's deaf, he's 17, his back legs aren't supporting him anymore, so his quality of life is very poor. Jason will go back to the vet on Wednesday for another scan because he's still having, you know, symptoms from his cancer, and so I want to keep real close tabs on it. He will not be going back to the US because he's getting that pain look in his eyes now. So I'm spending a lot of time taking care of sick animals and getting ready for my move, and I had to find a place to move to when I get to Vegas. And so there's, you know, 14 more days and I will be in Las Vegas. Lots of things will be different. I will have a studio, I will have a camera, I will have a microphone, and I'll be monitorized, which there was a difficulty being in Portugal. I'll have members, and I'm also going to be doing some things for subscriptions. For the subscribers, I'll have like a live streaming where, you know, you can post and have one question answered, you know, like a 3-card mini readings, plus every week I'm going to have a meditation of sending light to the universe for healing of the planet and healing of the universe. So there's a lot of things coming up, and a lot of things that I have to still wrap up, including packing. So thank you for being so patient. Now I have shuffled the cards. I'm using the Light Seers deck right now. Nina's right here, all wrapped in the shawl, and let's see what we have coming up for you this week, Scorpio. And the very first card we have is the 5 of Cups, crossed over by the King of Pentacles. Could be a broken relationship, or it could be work, and you're pondering, looking at what happened. Then at the base of it is the 2 of Cups, Behind is Temperance. Crowning you is the Two of Pentacles. So we have Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Right ahead, the Page of Wands. This is appearing a lot this week. Then we have the Four of Cups. This is what you're reading, the overall theme of your reading. Ace of Pentacles, New Beginnings. The Empress. And the final outcome is the Page of Cups. So you've got the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups. And two twos. You have the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. You have the Three of Pentacles. The Empress has the Ten of Swords. So it could have been a delay and now things are moving, changing. Three of Cups. Four of Cups with the Eight of Wands. Page of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles with the Five of Wands. Behind you, the Seven of Wands. Two of Cups with the Star. And we have the King of Wands crossed over by the Emperor. Okay, so it looks like we have an ending and a beginning, or we have just about the completion of a cycle, but there's lots of cards indicating that there's a new beginning, Scorpio. New foundation as you go forward. You have the twos, you also have the threes. So and the messages, the page, the ace and the pages. So your reading is about, at this time, the Five of Cups, three still, two on the shelf, with the King of Pentacles. Now that can be a loss of a job, or it can be a relationship. King of Pentacles can be a relationship, and you're looking at the relationships in the past and how they turned out. You're a little bit apprehensive, holding back as far as new relationships in the future because of the past experiences you had. It also could be related to, if it's Five of Cups, it could also be related to enterprises, to money, to a job, that there's been some situations in the past that didn't turn out in the way you wanted to. So, you know, you're a little bit guarded as you go into new situations, whether it be work or relationships. And then you also have the Emperor, which is government, someone making a decision. Could be a government, authority, or it could be government entity, like a government agency, crossed over by the King of Wands. So it could be some dealings with a government entity, and the King of Wands could be someone that you're having contact with, could be a mentor, could be someone who's thinking about hiring you, conversations related to the Emperor, related to government. Because at the base of it is again, the Two of Cups, the conversation, and whatever's going on, it's destiny. So it could be that what's ever going on, as far as the Emperor and the King of Wands, is that you're on track. Could be a job, could be negotiations regarding government. And so you're right on track. The conversation of the Two of Cups. Could be a relationship also. So you are on track as you go forward. What's happening is what you had plotted before as the lessons you wanted to learn, because behind you is his Temperance and the Seven of Wands. Temperance is behind you, that you didn't rush anything, that you took your time, that you, because the Seven of Wands is a difficult situation which was on your mind, which is the Five of Wands. This is on your mind, and balancing out. This is what's on your mind, because behind you is the Seven of Wands with Temperance. Seven of Wands is having had a situation of turmoil, confusion, could be miscommunication, could be chaos, could be, you know, like a work environment, or it can also be home. It can be arguments, it can be discord, and you turn that around. That it was no longer the Five of Wands, it becomes the Seven of Wands, which is that you decided to move on. You're no longer attached to that, the energy. You are not involved in the energy of that situation anymore. You decided, okay, I'm leaving this. I do not need to be involved in this anymore, because what's on your mind is that situation of the Five of Wands, the confusion, the conflict, arguments, and it is related to you are balancing, deciding if that's what you wanted to do, and you did. You decided that you know, you were looking at your alternatives, and did you should you stay or should you go? Because of the Five of Wands, which is that conflict. Because you do decide to go, because right up ahead, you hear a message, a Page of Wands from the Queen of Pentacles. Good news coming to you. Could be money coming to you, could be a job offer. I think that you decided, you know, this situation, which was work or job, that there was a whole lot of conflict and confusion. And you really stuck with it because, you know, you wanted to see how it played out, for one thing. You thought maybe it would get better. And when you realized it didn't, and it became, you know, the Seven of Wands is moving forward, then it laid the opening for good things to start coming to you. So you did get that message, the Page of Wands, from the Queen of Pentacles. Could be a job offer, it could be a promotion, could be some job leads, but that's you. There's the celebration. So I would say that you got a new job or some information in your favor. Maybe it was a promotion. I don't think so. Maybe if you were staying with that company, it would be an entirely different division, a different section, and maybe a different location. But it could be moving to a new job that you hear from the Queen of Pentacles, or some information about the Queen of Pentacles. Could be a project, could be a whole different job, could be your own business, but it's good news that you got. Because around you, there's your Four of Cups again. New beginnings, but you're a little bit apprehensive, but this is things starting to move real rapidly. So even though you have these feelings from the past, the Three Cups, things that didn't work out, went on the shelf, things are moving. With that Page of Wands, things are moving rapidly in your favor. No longer stuck, no longer in that situation where there was conflict. And now it's moving forward to a situation which is a lot more peaceful, not as stressful, that you also have anticipation of things, that there is a potential for growth, for advancement, and not only that, for peace of mind, which for you is something that is, it cannot even be measured, because then you're not stressing every day like you were before, wondering if you should go, if you should stay, if you should work it out, if it was, and so a place, an environment where you're appreciated, where you have a chance of advancement, where you are you know, embraced, that they're very happy to have you there. They see the potential, and your attitude becomes more and more positive as you see that it's a place where you can flourish. And as you do that, then all of the barriers that you were guarding yourself gradually are coming down. And over time, then you feel like you can trust the situation. You have the Temperance card, so you can trust the situation and not be as guarded as time goes on. And more you are embracing this new situation, and they are, you know, they really appreciate having you there. Because here's your new your new money and celebration. You feel very You know, the Three of Cups, you feel very appreciated, celebration, and you know, with this new environment, it's more than the money, it's also the environment. And you flourish and become the person who has been hidden and protected over time with that other situation. Because here is your Empress, everything coming together with the Ten of Swords. So there could still be some delays. It can be some, but it's the end of a chapter. It is the new beginning. So it's time for you, I see a door, it's time for you to go through that door and close the door and say that chapter's over. That's your Ten of Swords. It's no longer there. Moving on, closing the door behind you, moving on to new endeavors. And then the final outcome is you're going to get a message, Page of Cups, and you know, this is a group effort. Could be maybe you're moving to a new home, or could be your new job. But it is like a team, and it's, I see like a machine that works, that everything works together. In the new work environment, it is a team effort, that everybody has a role, and they know that they have a role, and as a result of that, it's like a smile of a very oiled machine. Cooperation, backup, and it is smooth, rather than where you felt in the other job that you were in a hurricane going against the wind and it was pushing you back and pushing you back. This is a well-oiled machine. So they go forward instead of you having to put all the energy just to keep upright. So it's a very, very good situation for you after you've had that struggle in the past. And you're not expending all that energy of just trying to keep upright and deciding what you're going to do, and the stress of, you know, should you stay or should you go, looking for new opportunities. This is what you've been really wanting to manifest, and it is helping. You put in your hard work, and you also had your spirit team with you, cheering you on. You were not alone with this. You had your spirit team, and now you have people around you in your work environment who, the culture of this new job is that they really realize that things are a lot easier when you work together. And I don't know who set the tone. There's some key people there who are very positive, and they set the tone for this whole environment of working together. And as you work together, it not only each person is at their peak, but it is the collective. And as the result of the collective, the whole thing, the energy is uplifted, because it is not only individual, but the collective. And you see that every day, and you are, and it's almost that at the end of the day, you cannot believe how fortunate you are to be in that environment. It's going to be a place that you can flourish. You'll be there for as long as you want to, you will be there. And there'll be lots of chances of advancement, and you're very appreciated there. So, you know, it sounds, Scorpio, like something that you've been waiting for, you've been working on, and it's now coming to you. Now I'm going to pull the wisdom of the oracle. And so, angels and archangels, what cards do we have for our wonderful Scorpio for this week? There's Nina tucked in. And it's been a very long day. You know, I've been looking at now plane fare. And, you know, who's going to ride in the cabin, which is Milo and Nina. And, you know, having to coordinate with the plane, looking at the carriers, looking at, you know, with the CDC, to be sure to go to an airport where they can get their clearance. They're all very healthy and have their shots. And yesterday it was finding a place to live, which I did a long-term Airbnb until I either rent or buy. So that's taken care of. So I have all this checklist of things I have to do, as well as keeping up my medical appointments and the dogs. I'm shuffling the cards, and angels and archangels and spirit guides. What are the message here that we have for Scorpio? Okay. And the first card we have is exchanging gifts. This is giving and receiving. So it could be that you're in an environment also where they give, and you've been so used to giving and not receiving. You know, in the world, we have, you know, giving and receiving. And it's just as important to receive, because if everybody gave, who's going to receive? It is the exchange of energy. So this is important for you to start receiving. And they also, you have someone who's really so supportive that they come up to you in the daytime and say, do you have any questions? Can I help you? You know, they're very, very supportive in this environment. Then we have all that glitters, and this could be around you, that sometimes things glitter, but they're really not true. For example, fool's gold, which is pyrite. If you're out looking for gold, you will see sometimes pyrite, fool's gold. It glitters, but it's not real. Just as some things around you can glitter, like people, situations, but it's not real. So sometimes it's discernment, like a job, not the job you're in, but maybe a job or a person. They glitter, but if you really look closely, it's the pyrite, it's the fool's gold. So sometimes something glitters, but it's not really true. So that's where the discernment comes. And also your 5 of Cups and 4 of Cups can be that maybe in the past you were attracted to things that glittered but weren't really true. And that is something that, you know, through discernment, because sometimes when we start out in relationships, everybody is on their best behavior. It's like the honeymoon period. They appear to glitter, but when you get to know them, once you get over a period of the honeymoon period, then you can see that it is all pyrite, fool's gold. If you chip away, that you could see that it really is a covering something that's not gold. And then we have community, which is now what you have with your job. Community, a sense of community. Okay. You know, sometimes, you know, what that expression of flash in the pan, that they look real good real quickly, and then once you get, you know, once you spend some time with them, you see that it's a facade. Almost like the Wizard of Oz. You know, the Wizard of Oz, I just saw Wicked on TV. And, you know, the wizard was a facade behind the big screen. But if you opened up that curtain, you'll see that it was not a wizard. Just as over time, if you're dating someone, sometimes then you open up the curtain and you see really who they are, because they have been presenting one thing to look good, which is why it's important to take your time in dating. Now we have the wisdom of the oracle. Oh, my sweater, look at this. It's probably, look at it. I have it inside out too. I have the seams on the outside. It's pouring down rain today, and I have my sweater on because it's cold in the hallway. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. And I'm getting my clothes ready to, you know, I'm packing. So I've got things that I have already packed to go. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. What's the card that we have for Scorpio? Oh, okay. Feast. Slow down and celebrate yourself. This is number 29, which works out to an 11, which is a master number. 29. Slow down and celebrate yourself. Sometimes life gets a little too hectic and the inevitable happens. We forget to take a breather and celebrate what deserves celebration. Make sure you do that from now on. If we never stop to fully recognize the good we have, then the bad stuff can knock us down much harder than it would have otherwise. So take time. Take time for yourself. Now I'm going to pull the Louise Hay right here. And angels and archangels and spirit guides. Oh, and I also had a power failure this morning. That was on top of everything else, and I think I have a bad plug-in. I plugged in the coffee pot. I made a pot. All the lights went on in the whole house, and it was so dark. So then I had to get to the circuit breaker. First, I looked outside to see if it was me or the whole neighborhood. It was just me. Then I had to do the switches, and then I go into the kitchen, and my heater, it's an inversion, it wasn't working. I thought, oh, now it's broke. I knew it was broke. And then I thought, well, let me see if the plug-ins on that wall. Well, the plug-ins didn't work. So I think there's something wrong with the wiring there, because I plugged in the coffee pot again into that one plug, and the lights went out again. So then I had to get an extension cord to another plug-in and check to be sure which, if any of the small appliances were affected. It wasn't. So I think it's the plug-in, I don't know. Or the power strip that I had with surge protector on it. So that started out my day today, which was not very good. And it was pouring down rain on top of it. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. Okay, here we go, and this is our Louise Hay, and it's right here. Oh, this is one. As I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Yes, it says yes. Life mirrors my every thought. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. Yes. That's a great card, isn't it? Okay, so, yeah, my day started with the power failure at like 5 in the morning. So then I had to try to find my phone for the flashlight so that I could find, get to the circuit breaker, because there wasn't much light outside. So let's find our meditation card. Here we are, Nina's on them. Here's your meditation card for this week. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. What's the card that we have? And here's the card. Evolve. The cosmic potential flows through you. There you go. The cosmic potential flows through you. Thank you so much. If you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And until next time, Nina and I are sending you light and love from Portugal.